Hey, Reynolda Church, so thankful for you as we enter into the end of the year and thinking about all of the ways that the Lord has been on the move at Reynolda Church. One of the things I'm particularly thankful for is that my own children, I have a middle schooler and a high schooler and an elementary kid, all have had the opportunity to grow up as a part of our next gen ministries, have learned about Jesus, have walked with Jesus, and have followed people who love Jesus for all these years. So as we think about the way in which our generosity has provided for us this year and the ways in which our generosity will set us up for next year, I want to take a minute to reflect on all the ways that God moved through our young people this year. Thank you for making this possible.
Hi everyone, I'm Ethan Mathis, your Interim Director of Student Ministries and Assistant Pastor at the Kernersville campus. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for your partnership with Reynolda Church and specifically with Reynolda students. Your ongoing generosity allows us to create environments where our students can connect with leaders and peers as they wrestle with questions like, who is Jesus? Does God have a purpose for me? And what does it look like to follow Jesus in everyday life? We're able to allow students opportunities to connect and build friendships with other teenagers who are trying to follow Jesus through fun events like bowling or water parks and our annual back-to-school bash. We're able to take students to camps and retreats where they will enjoy excellent programming while also encountering Jesus through worship and the preaching of the Word. Just this fall, we were able to take a group of high school students to Park Springs Christian Retreat Center where we explored what Jesus calls the greatest commandments, all while being surrounded by a beautiful lake where we could canoe or fish or just be with God in nature. One of the most impactful things we're able to do in Reynolda students is to meet weekly in community groups led by people who love Jesus and love discipling students. Through this ministry, we've been able to see students decide to follow Jesus for the very first time and see them continue following Jesus as they become young adults who live out their faith in college and in their places of work. Your partnership and generosity means so much to the students and families that call Reynolda Church home. Thanks again.
Hi, Reynolda Church. My name is Tatum Fishel, and I have the privilege of being the Director of Kids Ministry. Reynolda Kids has flourished in 2024. Across our 4 campuses, an average of 150 kids, birth through 5th grade, hear the gospel each and every Sunday. Our team, which is made up primarily of volunteers, uses discussions, crafts, and games to teach every kid about the Bible and how the Bible is one big story that points to Jesus. This past summer, we hosted almost 400 unique kids at our vacation Bible schools, each being reminded that our God is big and we are a part of His monumental story in the world. And new this year, our Clemens and King campuses took their vacation Bible school content to the campers at the YMCA. Hundreds of those kids participated. The gospel is going forth. Each campus had an Easter event where we got to love on our cities with the story of the resurrection, and our fall festivals brought many of the people from our communities onto our campuses. There were bounce houses and fire pits, chili and hot dogs, and tons of candy. And those are the little things that make a big impact. Lastly, this year we produced our very first Reynolda Kids Advent Reading Guide that walked each one of our kids through the Prayers of Christmas sermon series right alongside their parents in a kid-friendly way. Our prayer continues to be that kids will grow to love Jesus and love the church. And none of these things are possible without your generosity. It's your generous spirit and generous giving that allows us to take the gospel to the next generation. It's a great time to be a kid at Reynolda Church, so thank you.